One question I get asked when people find out that I sell Pokemon cards is, how do you know which cards have value? So today I want to show you how to spot value in the Pokemon trading card game. Before we jump into the video, I want to give a quick shout out to my new subscribers. Thank you so much for your comments and your likes. It's meant a lot to me to hear from you. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment below. I really love hearing from all of you. Okay, I am going to answer this question of how to know which Pokemon cards have value in two parts. First, I'll share some tricks on how to know how to spot vintage card value, and second, I'll go over the same for modern cards. But first, I want to share some general best practices when it comes to card values. Right up front, I want you to know that there is a lot of nuance to all of this. So these are general tips and not strict rules. The first thing to understand about trading card value is that just like everything else on the market, it's only worth something because buyers are willing to pay for it. This means that popular demand creates a card's market value. If 50 people all bought copies of the same card on the same day, and they all averaged around $10 in their spend for that card, then, you guessed it, that card would have a market value of around $10. So always remember that a card's market value is set by how much people are willing to pay for it. Now, in order to find out how much people are willing to pay for it, you need to go where the buyers are. So TCG Player and eBay are great places for you to go online to find good market values for cards that you might be interested in buying. I'll talk more about that in a minute. For now, let's get into part one, how to spot value in vintage cards. To start, I need you to understand just two things: set mechanics and numbering systems, and card conditions. Set mechanics and numbering systems, what does this mean? If you want to understand how value is given to a card, you need to understand how set mechanics works. And what this means is how Pokemon card sets are organized. Pokemon has always released groups of cards in sets. So the very first set that was released in English in the United States was the base set all the way back in 1999. This set has some of the most high value cards on the market today. And because of the popularity of the base set in 1999, Pokémon and Wizards of the Coast at the time continued to print more and more cards in more and more sets. So naturally, not every card that was released back in 1999, 2000, 2001 were all part of the same set. They had their own individual sets, and you can tell by the set symbol that's on each card. For example, these three right here, this one has no symbol and is part of the base set. This one has a flower symbol as part of the jungle set. This one has a claw symbol as part of the fossil set, and so on and so forth. Pokemon releases several sets every year of new cards and has been doing so since the early days of Pokemon. Now, numbering systems as part of set mechanics. This all sounds kind of complicated, but it's really not that hard to understand. Back when Wizards of the Coast was distributing Pokemon cards, sets were numbered in order of rarity, with the rarest cards coming first in the set. So that's what the numbering system in these vintage sets means. The rarest cards come first, the most common cards come last. Generally, for vintage cards, the closer the number of the card is to the number 1, the likelihood of value is higher. For example, this Gyarados card is 6 out of 102. It's very close to the number 1. We can pretty much guarantee that it has high value. So value tends to go down as the rarity goes down, and the rarity goes down as the numbers get higher in these vintage sets. So for example, in the jungle set where this Jolteon comes from, numbers 1 through 16 were holo rares, 17 through 32 were rare, 33 through 48 were uncommon, and 49 through 64 were common cards, where the holo rare cards are generally the most valuable and the common cards are generally the least valuable. Secret rare cards are an exception to this rule. Secret rare cards are generally numbered higher than the total number of cards in the standard set list. So for example, in 2000, the first secret rare card was released in the Team Rocket set, with Dark Raichu being numbered 83 out of 82 total cards in the standard set. I have this secret rare card here, Shining Noctowl from the Neo Destiny set. It's numbered 110 out of 105. These secret rare cards can generally be valued at the same or higher even sometimes than the standard holo cards from those sets. Now that we understand set mechanics and numbering systems, we need to go into card conditions. Now, it is a very simple concept. However, card condition is directly related to card value. You can have the most sought after card in the entire world, but if it's in poor condition, its value will plummet. And that's just the reality of card collecting. Condition is commonly rated on a scale of mint condition to damaged. It's up to the buyer and the seller to determine the condition of a card before a transaction takes place. So make sure you know your conditions before you buy. If you're unclear and uncertain about what a condition means, TCG Player has a really useful guide for what makes a card a certain condition. I've put the link in the description below for easy access. Okay, let's move into part 2 for modern cards. Understanding modern card value is very similar to vintage cards. You have to understand set mechanics and numbering systems, and you have to understand card conditions, but there is one important difference. Pokemon has changed the numbering system so that the rare cards are no longer first in the set, they are last in the set. So the opposite of vintage cards is true for modern cards. The closer the number on the card is to the total set number, the likelihood of value on that card is higher. I have a couple of examples here. This Mew card from the Celebrations standard set is number 25 out of 25. It's the rarest card in the standard set and has a value of around $35. This Dragonite V from Pokemon Go is number 76 out of number 78. It has a value of around $7. You should also keep a lookout for trainer gallery cards. These are not in the standard set numbers. They are additional cards in modern sets, and lots of them have a good amount of value in them too. So like this Pikachu and Gengar, they're around $7 to $10 each. Card sets are also now ordered by Pokemon type instead of by rarity. This is the Evolving Skies player guide. Let's take a look in here just to see how Pokemon organizes their card sets now. So you can see that this set starts off with the grass type, moving into fire and moving into water and all of the other types of Pokemon. So all of the standard grass types in this set are listed here, from commons, uncommons, rares, and rares to your V and VMAX cards as well. The thing is, the V and VMAX cards that are listed throughout this standard set, most of them don't really have a lot of value to them. For example, this Jolteon VMAX could probably sell for around $7. So we have to flip to the back of this book to get a sense for what the high value cards are in the set. Once we get to the ultra rare section where everything in here has a star and a U next to it, we know we're in the right spot looking for valuable cards. This is where we get the full arts and the alternate arts, and we also move into the secret rares. So yes, secret rare mechanics still are in play in modern sets. So there are a number of secret rare cards in this set, including this beautiful Moonbreon card, which continues to elude me and is also the highest value card in this set at around $570. So PokeChloe, if you could send some of your Moonbreon magic my way, that would be fantastic. So if you are opening a pack of modern cards for the first time and you have no idea what to look for, look at the set number, look at the card number, and work backwards from there for how to find potential value. So once you understand these basics, you can pick up a vintage card or a modern card and make a quick gut check on its value. And you can start looking for the most valuable cards in each set and know for certain that you're looking for the right cards. Once you know what you're looking for, in order to find the actual market value for the rarest and most valuable cards in any given set, you need to go where the buyers are. You need to look at the data. There are a number of valuable resources online. TCG Player is a great database for individual card values. eBay lists recent sales for individual cards. Pokedata.io is a website that accumulates sale data from marketplaces. You can find data all over the place. You just have to go looking for it. And once you have that data, you'll be able to easily tell if that collection in your parents' basement is worth anything, or if the V card that you just pulled from a modern pack is a $1 card or a $100 card. If you want to start investing in these cards as a buyer, follow these same principles as well. Understand set mechanics and numbering systems, understand card conditions, and understand the data. You need to know how to tell which cards have value and which cards are worth your time, especially if you're in a marketplace that doesn't have easily accessible market data. There are thousands and thousands of Pokemon cards out there, and it's very unlikely that you'll have time to research and know every single one of them before you want to make a buying decision. So follow these tips when you are out shopping for cards and you will stay ahead of the game. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. To my subscribers, thank you for being here. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave me a comment below of how you look for valuable Pokemon cards. Keep collecting, and I will see you in the next one.